For today is the day 2 of our internship. So first of all, I would like to revise the previous session, whatever things we had done in our previous class. So the first thing that we did was we saw how the structure of HTML can be built, and within that, how we can go for uh, displaying the two different types of content. One is the type of text, second is the type of multimedia. So we also saw h1, the heading tags, then we saw the paragraph tag, we added the YouTube video, we added the images, we added the Google Maps. So we tried to display a proper web page. So the things that we did yesterday, you know it was all about the particular uh, contents that we are displaying. As I have already said you that HTML is used only for displaying the content, that's it. And apart from that, if you are trying to design it, redesign it, that is a different thing. Okay, but there are along with that, there are also some sort of tags that are basically used to do different aspects. For example, if you see that there are n number of things that are available. Okay, let me just present my screen to you. So as you can see in the website, there are n number of different things that are going to happen. So the first thing, let me just go for this Google Meet itself. Okay, let me just say this Google Meet itself. There are, suppose if I want to travel from one place to another place in my local project, or if I want to travel from local to the online. So this can be achieved. For example, you can see that here it is images, here it is videos, here it is news. So n number of things we can just travel from one place to another place. So this can always allow us, to create such kind of things with the help of the anchor tag. So this anchor tag, let me just open it, file. Here is the work of yesterday's thing, that whatever we had done. And I always remind you that please, if you want uh, to work really hard, just go for practicing 1 or 2 hours per day, so that it will make you work, and it will try to expertise you in the particular domain. So here I'll be working in the same file. But make sure you people are going to change the files and create a new file, because if you store those files, it will be helpful for us to uh, deploy it on GitHub. Okay, so remember this. So here I'll be just removing everything for today's session, and we'll be checking out what are the different tags that we can work for. So here I do have HTML. I'll just say my web page for the day, and here suppose I want that my web page should travel from one page to another page. Okay. So this can be achieved with the help of anchor tag, href, and here the anchor tag is always referred to a tag, and here the href is nothing but the path where I want when someone clicks on the particular text, it should take me to. Okay, I'll just say go to Innovatum, save it. Let me just run this, open in browser. This is my output now. Here you can see that it has taken me with an option. Now see how my cursor changes to hand. If I click on it, nothing is happening. But if you see here, when I click on it, some refreshment is displayed. It means that it is trying to go to a particular page or trying to go to a particular link. So to create that link, let me just say innovatum.com. I'll just copy this. I'll just copy this. Go to my code. Go to my code, and the place where we have our H reference, I'll paste it. Now, when I refresh my page, let me close everything from here. When I click on it, it will automatically take me to the innovatum.com. This is how we can travel from one place to another place in our HTML. Okay, so now what I'm trying to do here is, what if I don't want, okay, so as you can see here, one more thing, that whatever, if I click on go to innovatum, it is happening in the same tab itself, but I want that the tab should be changed and a new tab should open for it. Whenever I click on it, the innovatum site should open in a new tab. Let me just check with that. So here the attribute hrefs is added, and apart from that we have one more attribute called target. If I say underscore blank, then this will allow us a new tab to be opened while opening the particular site. So this is our innovatum. Okay, so basically this is how we can make the website travel from one place to another place. Okay, one more thing what we can do, this was how we have added the things uh from the CDN links, I mean from the website links. What if I have to make it travel from the local pages itself? So for example, let this be here itself. I'll just say, I'll remove this target also. I don't need it now for a while. Go to, let me just say about us page. Go to about us. Okay, and here I'll just say h1 tag, which will have this is about page. Okay, just for a change, I'll just take a bg color. Okay, bg color of yellow. Because this is index file, I'll just name it index. I'll not go for making it about. Here I can change it to about, because I don't have any sort of about file. So let me create it. Right click on it, new file, and save the file as about.html. Okay, so here, as I have created one about.html, in the index page I'll just name about.html. Save it. Once I have saved it, I'll copy the whole thing, copy this and paste it over here. This is my about page. I'll just change it. Let me just make it blue. Okay, let me just take light blue, and after this go to, okay, let me just say go back, and here the link will be index. So this is how I have created a new file called about and added the same things. Okay, and here I have created the BG color, and here this BG color is nothing but applied for all the overall page itself, and this h1 is nothing but indicating that in which page we are, and this h reference is the anchor tag will allow us, when we click on the particular page, it will allow us to travel from one page to another page. That has been provided in the h reference tag. Save it, go to the browser, refresh it. This is our go to about us page. If I click on it, you can see this is our about. If I click on go back, also watch this, the names, that how the file names will be traveling. If I click on about, now we get about page. If I go to index, you can see in this way we can allow the pages to travel from one page to another page. Now once I have done, suppose let me just go back to our index page. I want that the size of this one, where the anchor tag should be increased. So what we can do here in the anchor tag is we can mix it up with different kinds of elements, like for example, if I want to take a h1 tag, I can do that. Save it, refresh. Now you can see the size of the particular about us, the anchor tag. I'll click on it. Let me also go to my about page and add here also h1 tag, then slash, save it. Now let me just check out with this. Here we have a bigger size of anchor tag. This way we can go for adding any sort of content in this. Even if I go for taking a paragraph, it will work as a paragraph. Okay, one more thing what I can do here is, instead of this, if I want to provide a image, okay, I don't want this, but I want to provide a image src, then within this I'll give one dot jpg, and let me just give the width of some 30%, so that it will be a small image, so that you can feel the changes. Okay, when I refresh on it, here we have the image. If I click on it, it will go back. Okay, it will take us to the index page. So this is how, even if we add the image, we can go for traveling from one page to another page. This is with the help of the anchor tag. Not only this, even if I just try to add this one, like space image will take you to about page. Okay, I'll just refresh this. Okay, here can you see it has now automatically, if I click on this, will also take me to the particular about us page. If I click on this, will also take me to the about us page. This is what the overall about us page does for us, and it is quite simple to work on it. Okay, quite simple to work on it. Okay, now there are some more fields which you people must know. Okay, which you people must know, like here is our, okay, I'll just remove it. Now the things that you must know which are quite important in every website, that is, let me just take an h1 tag and say HTML forms. Okay, saving it. Okay, one more thing that I'll do here is I'll add a center tag, and within this I'll be displaying all the content. Control V. Okay, so here the different kinds of content, the different kinds of the forms that basically use are n number of elements. So basically, let me tell you why the forms are being used. The HTML form is used to collect the user input. Okay, user input. Like for example, if I want to take the data of few people, like your name, email address, and everything, I'll just share one form with you, and to that form, you people can fill it and submit it to me. I can take the user data from the particular forms. Now, once I have taken the form, there are n number of things that we must know. So the first thing is the form is always going to start with the form tag. Okay, with the form tag, and it should be closed. As I said, opening and closing should always be done. Now after that, I'll be taking a label, and I'll say this as name. Let me take a simple name, and to this one I'll take a br tag. Br means I just want it to be line break. Okay, then I do will take an input tag. Here, remember, I'll tell you what are these things and all. Let me just take this type of text. I'll tell you what this name always refers. Okay, let me just take one more br, and here when I said type of text for the name, this will allow me. Okay, here I have a input box where I can go for typing my name. Okay, so if I say type of text, okay, let me just change the color, background color to something like light blue itself, I think. Okay, this might look good. Okay, here when I go for changing the name as well as the text, this is my first input tag where I'll be trying to add the things. Okay, let me just copy the same thing and paste it over here, and I'll say this as email. Save it, refresh. Okay, again let me just try to add a br tag over here also, so that it has been shaped in a proper way. Refresh. So as you can see that the things, if I provide the type of text over here, then I can type the content over here. Okay, but let me just create one more thing for you, which is a type of button. Okay, either we can just create a input tag type of submit. Okay, and for this we can provide the value as submit. Okay, So either we can create the button in this way, or we can just also go for creating a button tag directly. Let me just show you how this looks. This is our submit. Okay, now you need to watch something over here. Something like when I'm typing the content, when I click on submit, can you see this? Suddenly a question mark appear on our link. Okay, let me just show you back again. Just watch it. We don't have any sort of question mark available at the end. When I click on it and when I click on submit, it automatically takes the question mark. It means that our form is trying to get submitted. Okay, our form is trying to get submitted. So where it is trying to get submitted, so if you remember at the time of static and dynamic, what I had said, HTML is used only for displaying the content. So here we are with the content, but to work with any sort of things related to database, we always require a programming language. So here what I do, here what I can do here is, suppose think that I have taken this form, with for taking the name of the user, name and email when someone submits. So this is just a design part. Okay, this is just a taking the element part and design part. What I'll do here is I'll be creating a, for example, let me just take something like an action. Suppose I have created one file called insert.php, and within that I'll be writing the programming code for handling the data coming from here. Okay, so let me just show you what actually happens over here. Suppose I'll write my name over here, Abdul Rahim, my email also here. When I submit, see, it will take me to insert.php along with the data. This question mark is here also. Okay, where it means that when I click on submit, it will take the data and send it to insert.php, where insert.php will be having the code for sending the data from our form to the database. Okay, it will take the data from form and store it on the on that particular database, sorry. So this is how the data is being stored. So this is how the action works. Okay, right now we don't require it because we are learning what are the different kinds of things that are available in our particular forms. Okay, so this is our form. Now let me just create one more thing for message. Okay, so this was the type of text. I'll come back to this again. And again we do have one more thing apart from input tag, which is called text area. So this text area will allow us, for example, I'll be here itself. Okay, let me just go for all, just trying to copy some content. Okay, just you all can have a look over here. When I go back, refresh it, uh, suppose I want to insert long text. Long text means I want to insert paragraph. If I want to insert the paragraph in a text, okay, this is a type of text, then suppose if I have to make any sort of changes, then I have to scroll it from top to bottom, from left to right. Okay, because input tag only provides the content to be typed for only 200 300 words. Okay, so this is a bit more. So for that we can choose a type of text area where we can expand it, and if something happens, like the content is more, then it will automatically create a scroller. Now I can directly place my mouse and I can write my content, okay, directly anywhere. So I can do it in this way. This is one type. And the second type, let me take Control V. Let me just take state, and here we will be having the select, and for select we do have options. Like first I'll just say select. Option 2 will be, okay, let me just take only Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh. Then finally let me just take Maharashtra. Okay, so this is the select tag, where we will ask the user to select the content provided in between of this. Refresh. This is our select tag. The content can be selected from here. Okay, just one more thing. Now we'll come back to the particular things that I wanted you to get explained. Not only input tag, if you know that I will not only take the data as only text, but there are many other things also that I can take. Okay, so let me just make it first of all side by side, okay, so that you can understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, here the first one, which is label name, then the type of input. What things I can do in this? I can, if I just say input type of button, then watch this. Here it will be a type of button. Okay, if I just give the, instead of name, if I just give value and say my button, okay, just trying to give a value, this will be now a button. Okay, what if I don't even want this and want a checkbox? Okay, like you basically see in many of the forms, like for the checking box. Or else if I want color palette, allowing the user to select the color, okay, or I can just go for taking it as a date, where the date can be selected from here, or I can also take date, time, local, where I can display and ask for both date and timings, and also if I do have, for example, okay, see here, just one normal thing to show you how the validation can also be done. I have just typed my email address, think that I have typed my email address, I have selected even some date and all, okay, and I have typed something also here, I have done selected the state also. But if we know that the email address must always contain at the rate, even though if I just go for clicking submit, the form is submitted. This should not happen. Okay, this should not happen. So for validating the email, here the second one, email, there is a type of email. Okay, there is a type of email. Now see, just watch it out. If I just do something and try to select each and every form and select the form, also try to submit. Okay, this type of email, will actually provide us saying us that this is a type of email. Okay, I have missed something because I have to give a required for everything. Okay, suppose even if I'm trying to submit an empty form, which should not be done, if I just try to add required means compulsory, it should be filled. Okay, even text area required, even select should be required. Okay, refresh. I'll go for selecting everything. I don't want to give the at the rate, some message. Can you see? Now it gives me please include an at the rate in the email address. Unless I provide, see here, again it's saying it's incomplete. So if I just give email.com, then the form can be submitted. This is how the validation for our this can be done. Okay, for apart from this type of, I can suppose if I want the user to choose a image or a PDF file or something, I can just say choose file from here. Then if I want to hide the input tag itself, I can hide it with the help of hidden. If I want to make it as an image, type of image, you can see this will be the type of image. If I want to only display the month, here only the month will be displayed. If I want to display the type of number only, I can refresh. I can see numbers can only be added. Even though if I'm trying to add the text, it will not allow me to add it. Then for example, if I want that if I'm typing my password, no one can see it. Okay, so automatically it will give us some black dots. Then if I want a kind of a dot or selecting purpose, I can go for selecting the radio button. Then if I want something like range, selecting the range from one to another. Then if I want a reset button, even for the reset button, I can refresh it. Suppose if I have filled all the form, okay, filled all the form, and suddenly when I click on reset, the form will automatically get reset. Then suppose if I want to make a search bar, for this if I just give a search and refresh, nothing happens, but see what important it does. Innovatum, it comes up with a cross. Okay, X mean clearing all the text. So submit I have already shown you. Here is our type of submit. Okay, already been shown. Now again, what else I can add here is a type of DEL. Suppose if I'm trying to add a mobile number, I can just go for mentioning it. Then if I want only time, refresh for time. And if I want URL, okay, see here, if I just put down some normal text, okay, see here, please enter URL, which means either it should be www.com or something like https.com. Okay, and I submit, it will take. So it is a type of URL. Or even if you want to display the type of week, save it, refresh, and here is a, I can select the whole week, 9th week 2025. So this is all about the type of input text that we can add in our particular forms. So there are also n number of things that we can do basically apart from this. For example, I'll refresh everything. So suppose if I want all the, let me just make it to the text. Suppose if I want that all the fields should be mandatory, I can just add a star mark in the label so that it will make compulsory, like you have to fill it. You cannot uh, fill the empty field for this. Okay, so apart from required we have, suppose I want a value or I want a example to be shown for the particular user, that you have to write your name in this particular way. I can I can just go for adding a placeholder and say e.g. Let me just say Abdul Rahim in this way, whatever format, if I want it to be in a camel casing or anything. Okay, so this is our placeholder. If I click my cursor and try to type, the placeholder will vanish automatically. Then second thing, second thing, apart from, suppose if I want that the value should not be changing, then instead of placeholder, I'll use value itself. Value means this will now be the current value. I have to remove it. Okay, just trying to give you the examples. Okay, so this can be fixed value. Suppose there might be some situation in working with your forms and all, where you want that the particular file form should be having your own user defined, or sorry, the owner defined data. For example, it might be name, it might be selecting some content, it might be selecting some particular data, that or location. Okay, even location will also be taken in such way. Okay, so for that, here I have value, sorry, here I have value, and this can be changed. Okay, but what if I don't want the user should change the value? At that time, I can add one more option called read only. Okay, refresh. Now, even though if I try to click on it and trying to press the backspace, it will not go. This is one thing, read only. And even if I don't want the user should even see this, then I'll just say disabled. Means now no one can even click it this way, but we can take the data from this particular name field. So these are the different kinds of things that are being displayed. Okay, so apart from this, each and every form does different kinds of things, does different kinds of things. So this is all about our forms, and I hope so that I have made all the things clear, like how the forms can be used in different ways and all. Okay, so do you have any doubts? Yes, Sushma, Lakshmi, Pavitra. Okay, okay then. Okay, no problem. So I'll be winding up for the day here itself, because the video is getting too longer. But from tomorrow, this was the basic things that I wanted to show you related to HTML and all. From tomorrow, we'll see how we can design along with the CSS, how what are the different kinds of CSS available presently, and also we will see and clone one of the beautiful website. Okay, so tomorrow we'll do that. We'll clone one of the most beautiful site, okay, along with the pure HTML and CSS. And if you do have any issues, you can please let me know. Okay,